So I just got done watching Until Dawn, the newest video game adaptation, directed by David F. Sandberg, based on the video game of the same name, obviously. It's not the same characters we got from the video game. It's a completely different story. Their approach was to do a bunch of different horror genres, which, to be honest, they don't really do them that well. They have the slasher one down, they kind of go into an exorcism one, and they go into like a zombie-ish one with the Wendigos and some other things like here, but they kind of barely touch all of the genres, to be honest. It's kind of mostly a slasher, with a couple of other things like sprinkled throughout there. Spoilers, by the way, complete spoilers in this. If you haven't seen Until Dawn, get the hell out of here. But our characters are Clover, Max, Nina, Megan, Abe, and Melanie. We also got Dr. Hill, which is Peter Stormare. He's also in the video game. It also gets like some bonus points for me because Peter Stormare is in it, because like, I fucking love Peter Stormare. I'd watch that fucker in anything. I'd watch that dude bang my mom. Twice. It was unclear before if this is like the same dude, but it's very clear by the end of this that this is the same guy from the video game. You even oddly get an animated picture of Rami Malek on his little clipboard at the end. Instead of just like a young Rami Malek, they actually did an animated one, which I thought was pretty hilarious. So the story of this is a group of friends trapped in a time loop where mysterious foes are chasing and killing them in gruesome ways. Must survive until dawn to escape. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the entire movie. Like, there's a little bit of setup in the beginning. You get a little flashback with Melanie and her, like at the end of her 13th day, she gets through and then she ends up getting got by which I don't even know what he's called, the masked killer. I don't even know what he's called. In the game, spoilers, is revealed to be Rami Malek, so that I liked that they used the same mask, but that was a bit odd, I thought. Melanie ends up getting got by the psycho, and then boom, we get introduced to our characters. They're on a road trip. They're going to where Melanie disappeared at, and then by the time eventually they end up getting to the gas station, they meet Dr. Hill, Peter Stormare, and they get sent to the house. Then the whole entire thing ensues. All that being said, I did enjoy myself through a couple of things throughout the movie. I really enjoyed the practical effects. I thought that was really fun, especially like everybody exploding throughout the movie. Just a lot of the gore, everything was done very well with that. I really did appreciate the practical effectsness of it. I liked the score, a lot of like the clock ticking, the like time passing throughout, that was really fun. Cast is great. The cast is very fun. If it wasn't for the cast, the movie would be completely boring, I think. But some of the editing, some of the story choices, a lot of the tropes, some of that just kind of got a little stale, to be honest. Some of it was just like, oh, okay, big eye roll moment below. All right, let's move on because this is a fun horror movie, which is a little disappointing, but also, I mean, which sometimes that can bug me, sometimes I can't. It just kind of depends on the thing. But also, one more, I guess, kind of plus, kind of minus, depending on how you look at it, I guess, is there's so many Easter eggs to it being like Until Dawn, with the main character Clover wearing a hoodie the whole time, kind of like the person that's in like therapy with Peter Stormare in the game. Like I said, Rami Malek's picture at the end, the psycho is the same, the Wendigos are the same. There's a lot of like little, even I'm pretty sure like there's like an end credit scene before the credits, but there's like an end scene I'm pretty sure is the house from the game. So there is a lot of Easter eggs to it, and I guess you can call this one the prequel to the game. Yeah, there's not a lot to talk about from it, though, to be completely honest. There's not a lot of story with the characters. It's really just them looking for this chick's sister, and then they're kind of like, oh fuck, we just gotta survive and get out of here, and that's kind of really it. It did give me big Evil Dead vibes, especially them being in the forest at a house, ghost shit's happening, like doors opening, being thrown about, and all this shit. They can't leave because of fog and rain and all that. It just felt a lot like Evil Dead with some of that, almost like a PG-13 Evil Dead. It did surprisingly have some good humor too, especially from the character Abe. In the beginning, I didn't know if I was gonna like Abe, but I started to really like him by the end. Megan too. I thought she was gonna be really annoying, especially having them like all like hold hands and like try to be spiritual in the beginning. So that's just kind of like a little cliche sometimes. That's a weird trope. And I was like, okay, they're either gonna give her like she's either gonna be witchy and she's gonna know shit, or this is just gonna be a waste to be stupid. And then to be honest, it was kind of a bit of both. Now some of the other Easter eggs that I kind of noticed that weren't from the game, but just like little genre Easter eggs was when they did the slasher kind of thing in the beginning, they did the Jeep outside, kind of like Pamela Voorhees, and then they had a Jason Voorhees type killer come in and attack everybody. That was pretty fun. A lot of the Wendigo stuff gave me big Descent vibes, really big Descent vibes. There's just I liked a lot of the genres gave little Easter eggs to other movies from that genre, which was pretty fun. Now on IMDb, this does have a 6.1 out of 10, which is pretty surprising, to be honest. I kind of thought it would be lower. I'm a huge fan of the game. I played the game a bunch of times and a bunch of videos on it. I knew going into this wasn't gonna be like a video game adaptation. It's just the title with little bits of the premise here and there. But overall, at the end of the day, I had a decent time with it. It was enjoyable. If you like horror movies, you will enjoy yourself in the theater seeing this 100%. Now, should you probably to go see Sinners or maybe something else instead? Probably. Or would you have a better time playing the video game? Probably. But this movie's not bad. I say, go see it, have a good time. But yeah, I honestly think that's it. Like I said, there's not a lot to this movie, but it is enjoyable. Just seeing people like in a time loop get killed time after time after time, that's always kind of fun, you know?